blasted machine.
Locking mechanisms disengaged.
Leggett, I thought I felt you. You're supposed to be back at the Shields. I see. You're free, aren't you?
Do you know what happens when you cage an animal? He gets vicious.
Is that how you think? You've shown me your true face. Let me show you mine. Before Ardenkoth, the SIS chief, there was a better man. A Jedi Knight who couldn't live up to the code. That Jedi can't live in a world of shadows. But maybe he can still save the galaxy.
You failed at being a Jedi. Now you fail at being a spy. Time to die.
You fight good, Cypher. I don't expect mercy. The Shadow Arsenal was my chance to stop the war, and I failed.
You're going to die knowing the Republic will fall.
There is no death. There is the Force.
So much for the great hope of the SIS. Guess that does it for the mission, too.
Self-righteous prig. Even this was too good for him.
Yeah, well, get over it. We've got to figure out what to do next.
Cypher. Imperial again, huh? And no more programming. That is a surprise. I was finished with Arden, but I had plans for you. We could have wandered the galaxy together. Me as the captain, you as my servant.
The thought of traveling with you makes my skin crawl.
You wound me. Big changes are coming. Imperial intelligence and the SIS. History will forget them, and it'll forget you. I just tipped off a squadron of Imperial bombers. That facility is about to be wiped out.
I'll claw my way out of the rubble to hunt you down. Do you hear me?
Loud and clear. I'm sure you'll be a nasty pile of dust.
This is Keeper to Cipher 9. Emergency transmission, please respond. I have reports of a Level 5 annihilation wave on Quesh, triggered by an Imperial bombing run. An SIS team was the target. Are you all right?
I nearly died. Not because of the Republic, but because of Imperial incompetence and Imperial treachery. Arden Koth and his weapon have been neutralized. That's the only thing that went right with your assignment.
You've raised your voice, and your pulse rate has increased. You're clearly upset. But you're describing a victory for the Empire. You saved countless lives, accelerated our timetable for conquest. Take pride in that. The rest we can resolve later.
I'm losing patience with you and your leadership, Keeper.
You've made yourself clear. Take a day or two. Remember who you are while there's still a quiet place in the galaxy. By the time you're recovered and back at headquarters, we'll be ready to march on Coruscant.
Let me ask you something, Agent. You get around. You end up with lots of girls. I know it's the job, but that ever mean much to you?
It's the job, as you said. I use whatever tools I have to solve our problems.
Right. Exactly. I'm like you know. You squeeze guys or girls for whatever they're worth and toss them. Creeps me out a little to do things different.
I'm not used to a relationship like this either, Kalia.
I didn't say I wanted sympathy. Look, I like you. But I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know why you stick around. I don't want you to be surprised if I shoot this thing in the head.
You're talking about that man you brought aboard the ship.
I don't know, maybe. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm gonna go check the cargo space. You wanna come with me? Great. But we don't talk. Got it?
Agent, we heard back from the diplomatic service about our proposed alliance with the Killik colony. Our report was soundly ignored. It seems we have less credibility than we thought.
You worked for them for years, and this is what you get.
We are twice compromised. No longer human, and no longer a diplomat. A colleague named Fulner S. sent the update on our report along with a message. He wants us to call him, accompanied by our handler. We believe he means you.
You worked with him in the diplomatic service.
Not directly. Eth spent his time with ex-Republic worlds, while our speciality was first contact. We met several times at conferences and the like, but we wouldn't say we knew him. This should prove interesting.
Master Hillis, I'm so glad you got my message. How are you? How's Anya?
Anora. We haven't seen her in some time, but we hear she's well. And your son?
I'm stationed on Balmorra, still hoping to join the Shadow Fist. And you must be Cipher 9. It's my privilege to meet you. Rest assured, I went through channels to arrange this. Imperial intelligence has agreed to loan me Vector so long as you're amenable.
Vector contacted you about a Killik alliance. Why would you need him?
My superiors don't see the wisdom in Vector's advice. I do. Yet I lack the authority to force the issue.
Someone is blocking you?
Tarab, Sabini, the usual crew. If I'm to win them over, I need influence. Vector, with your ties from the service and the colony's knowledge, I could amass a string of victories. And the more I succeed through your consultations, the better chance your Killik Imperial alliance comes to pass.
What's your take on all this?
He wants us to play politics, but that is how things are accomplished.
Perceptive man. I'll be in touch with specifics.
We appreciate your help, Agent. We'll make it worthwhile, to you, to the Empire, and to the colony.
Cypher, I had the most delightful conversation with Master Vector. Did you... I'm getting a feed on my earpiece. One moment. I apologize.
That's the third time this week one of my security alarms has gone off.
I take it these alarms don't particularly worry you?
I monitor all my safe houses as a matter of course. I have a few dozen around the galaxy. A precaution, really. I haven't needed them in years. Usually when an alarm goes off, it means a child has come exploring, or a rat has slipped through the ventilation shafts.
You're not going to double-check?
Hardly worth the bother. I really should dismantle the safe houses altogether. But old habits die hard.
Besides, I hold out hope that I'll need to go to ground someday in one last exciting adventure.
I don't want to be caught unprepared. Keep an eye on those places.
I'm your humble servant. I'll let you know what I find.
You said you wanted to talk?
Yes, sir. Ensign Raina Temple, formerly of the Chiss Expansionary Defense Force, reporting for combat drills.
I can show you a few things. What brings this on?
Frankly, I need the practice. No one ever taught me covert maneuvers. If you've got time...
You're just looking for an excuse to be alone with me.
That's only one of many benefits. Are you coming? All right. I think I've sweat enough for one day. Any last words of wisdom for your freshly transferred ensign?
Never let anything distract you. No one can compensate for your errors.
I'm confident it isn't so dire, but I take your point. You know, my father used to come home from exercises freshly scarred. I was 12 before I realized his training drills were intelligence operations. He was captured twice, but he wouldn't let me worry, no matter how bad it got.
You two must have been close.
Oh, I adored him. He gave me a pet feelings for my birthday. That'll melt any girl's heart. Thank you for the lesson. A few more and I'll be infiltrating enemy camps with the best of them.